Welcome friends. In this video let's discuss about the part 2 of levels of organization in ecology. In the first part we have discussed about 6 levels of organization, of which individual, population, community, and in this video let's discuss about the ecosystem. So ecosystem is defined as the structure and functional unit of biosphere consisting of community of living beings and physical environment, both interacting and exchanging materials between them. Okay, ecosystem is a structural and functional unit of biosphere. Okay, biosphere is a part of earth where living organisms are present. Okay, biosphere, it consists of both community of living beings and physical environment, and both are interacting with each other. Okay, let's discuss about now the components of the ecosystem. There are two components in the ecosystem. These are called abiotic components and biotic components. Abiotic means without life. That means non-living components. These are energy, rainfall, temperature, atmosphere, substratum, that is soil, latitude, altitude. These components has a great influence on the living organisms in any ecosystem. Okay, and biotic components. These biotic components includes primary producers. These are plants. This includes plants, some bacteria and blue-green algae, and secondary producers, saprophytes and heterotrophs. These are two different components in an ecosystem. Okay, let's discuss in detail about the abiotic components, that is non-living components of the ecosystem. The first thing among this is energy. Energy. Every organism on the earth needs energy. So sun is the primary source of all energy on the planet. So with the help of sun's energy, the plants produce their own food with the help of photosynthesis, and so this is called autotrophs. Along with the plants, some of the bacteria and blue-green algae has the capacity to produce their own food with the help of sunlight. Okay, this is the one factor which is important factor, abiotic factor. Then the second factor is rainfall. Okay, rainfall in association with temperature has influenced greatly almost all the ecosystem on the planet. For example, if there is more rainfall and optimum temperature of 30 degree, we will find terrestrial ecosystem like tropical evergreen forest. Okay, and in the same way, if the rainfall is very less and temperature is very high, we will find desert ecosystem. So in this way, rainfall and temperature has a significant influence on biotic components. Okay, and then the atmosphere. So atmosphere is the one of the sphere of the earth. Okay, and it includes and it sustains the biosphere, that is living part of the earth. Atmosphere includes various gases like oxygen, which accounts for 21%, and nitrogen 78%, and other gases like carbon dioxide, which is also important for the from the point of view of photosynthesis and global warming. So atmosphere sustains life, and if there is any variation in the component of atmosphere, there will be unequilibrium, and this will lead to unavoidable consequences like climate change and global warming, as we are witnessing today. So the fifth factor is substratum. Substratum includes soil, microbes and fungi. Soil is the single most deciding factor for the plant growth. Okay, if the soil is well fertile, it can sustain diverse plant species, and which in turn can sustain different range of animal species. So soil is also one of the important abiotic component. And another things include organic and inorganic materials. Inorganic materials like nitrogen, phosphorus and potassium, calcium, magnesium, sulfur. These are the macronutrients which are essential for the plant growth. Okay, inorganic components like humus is also essential for the plant growth. So in this way, they contribute to the growth of the ecosystem with a healthy interaction. Okay, and latitude and altitude is also one of the important component which influence the ecosystem in a great way, as we learn in our geography classes. Okay, so the second component of the ecosystem, that is the biotic component, that is living component. Let's discuss about this a bit. There are producers which produce their own food. These are called autotrophs because they has the capacity to produce their own food. Auto means self. Okay, and this includes green plants, bacteria, algae. Okay, then the consumers. Among consumers there are two different types. One is macro consumers and the micro consumers. The macro consumers are the primary consumers, includes deer, antelope, which feed on the green plants. Okay, these are the primary consumers since it feeds on the green plants directly. Okay, then the secondary consumers which feed on the primary consumers, these are wolf, fox, hyena. Okay, then tertiary consumers which has the ability to feed on both secondary and primary consumers. This includes lion, tiger, cheetah, and another consumer, omnivores. This feed on both plant source as well as the animal source, for example man and deer. And another component here is micro consumers. These are called saprophytes, which feed on dead and decayed plant and animal matter within the soil. They help in recycling the soil and also sustain the nutrient cycle, like nitrogen, phosphorus, and potassium cycle in the soil. So bacteria, fungi, earthworms, nematodes, and the arthropods, these are also important component for plant growth. So these are all the things related to biotic and abiotic components. And in other ways, the ecosystem can be classified into two different types. One is a terrestrial ecosystem, that is the land ecosystem. It includes forest, grassland, and desert ecosystem and other ecosystems. And the second thing is aquatic ecosystem. Aquatic ecosystem, which includes freshwater and freshwater ecosystem, saline ecosystem, marine ecosystem. This is freshwater and saltwater ecosystems. So this is it about the ecosystem part of the levels of organization. That is the fourth level of organization. That is the fifth level I'm going to cover in the next video, that is biome. And the sixth level will also be covered in the separate video, that is biosphere. So for the previous videos about this, please click here on the playlist. Okay, thanks for watching.